Sarh Gibson, the UN Resident Coordinator ad interim, to give her remarks on the role of the UN agencies in promoting and protecting human rights. You're most welcome.
Honorable Joseph Butiku, Guest of Honor and Chairperson of Mwalimu Nyerere Foundation, Professor William Anangizie, Vice Chancellor of the University of Dar es Salaam, Your Excellency Ambassador Christine Gros, Head of the European Union Delegation, Honorable Dr. Joseph Kizito Magama, Chairperson of the Permanent Standing Committee of Governance, Constitution and Legal Affairs, government officials, representatives from civil society, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. I am very pleased to be here today in commemoration of the 75th anniversary of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. On behalf of the United Nations country team and on my own behalf as acting resident coordinator at interim, I wish to warmly welcome you all to this very important landmark event. I wish to express special thanks to the organizer, the Tanzania Human Rights Defenders Coalition, and the University of Dar es Salaam for hosting this conference. It is my hope that this two-day conference will create a platform for multi-stakeholder dialogue and collective reflection on progress, milestones, lessons learned, good practices, and constructive discussions on challenges and new strategies to overcome the obstacles to advance respect, protection, promotion of human rights. Today, I will be sharing some experiences on the role of the UN agencies in promoting and protecting human rights in Tanzania. This conference offers opportunities to look at new approaches and innovative ways of working to strengthen the promotion and protection of human rights. Collectively, the 23 agencies have contributed to the advancement of human rights. We have broadly leveraged on our comparative advantages to promote policy coherence, strengthen partnerships, foster learning and development, and contribute to provision of quality services for the poorest and the most vulnerable populations. I will now share a few examples. We have continued supporting state engagement with regional and international human rights mechanisms. The government of Tanzania underwent the third cycle of review under the Universal Periodic Review in November 2021, and the outcome report was adopted in March 2022. Tanzania accepted 187 recommendations, of which 20 were accepted with partial support and 65 were noted. The government is in the process of elaborating its national action plan on human rights. The Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights continued engaging with the Ministry of Constitutional and Legal Affairs to strengthen the national mechanisms for follow-up and reporting. The UN provided technical and financial support to expedite the process of reporting to treaty bodies. The reports to the Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disability, the Committee on Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, and the Committee on the Rights of the Child have been submitted with our technical support. The UN also supported the government to undergo its second voluntary national review to assess progress in implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals and the Agenda 2063, the Africa we want, in line with national development priorities. The UN theme groups under the 5 Ps, peace, partnership, prosperity, planet, and people provided technical guidance and supported in disseminating available VNR tools and guidelines to strengthen reports on progress made in line with applicable human rights standards and leave no one behind principle. In July 2023, Tanzania presented its report to the Africa Regional Forum on Sustainable Development and the High-Level Political Forum. The VNR report indicates good progress attained under goals 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 16, and moderate progress for goals 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 17. We will continue supporting the government to accelerate progress in the implementation of the remaining SDGs and Agenda 2063. We have strengthened and facilitated effective engagement between the government and the human rights institution and fostered civil society participation as well as meaningful engagement of marginalized and vulnerable groups, including persons with disability, youth, women, internally displaced persons and refugees in different national processes, such as PPR, voluntary local reviews, and DNRs. More concerted efforts need to be made to strengthen the national mechanisms for follow-up and reporting, and finalization of the Human Rights Action Plan, among other initiatives. UNHCR supported the government in response of the Congolese influx that was witnessed, with more than 14,000 asylum seekers being granted asylum in Tanzania from March to October 2023. In view of preventing statelessness, this year, the government granted naturalization to 3,319 long-term migrants in Zanzibar. The United Nations thanks and highly appreciate these efforts by the government that have brought positive impact on the lives of the people. UN Women supported the government to advance gender equality and reduce discriminations against women and girls, including those living with disability and HIV, at all levels of society. In promoting the enactment of gender-responsive normative and policy frameworks, we have been working to ensure that women and girls are effectively protected from sexual and gender-based violence, able to access justice and participation in decision-making structure, including for peace and security, as well as benefiting equally from economic opportunities and national development. We remain committed to supporting gender mainstreaming in our work with a specific focus on most vulnerable. Under the leadership of the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights and in collaboration with the Global Alliance of National Human Rights Institutions, UNDP provided technical support to the Commission on Human Rights and Good Governance to undergo periodic accreditation process before the Subcommittee on Accreditation of the Global Alliance and the Human Rights Institutions. The Commission for Human Rights and Good Governance now enjoys the status accreditation, following its evaluation and compliance with the UN Paris Principles. This is a great achievement, and we look forward to continued engagement and partnership to implement the recommendations. It is imperative that we build on our collective gains, strengthen and forge new partnerships, while consolidating our achievements to support the government of Tanzania to build a positive force for change with trust in the human rights architecture and mobilize the needed resources to apply the tools that are necessary to ensure rights are upheld. Ultimately, the commemoration of the 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights presents avenues for all of us to make renewed commitments to promoting the universality and indivisibility of human rights, agree on forward-looking measures, and identify transformative actions to strengthen human rights ecosystems in Tanzania. Allow me to end my remarks by thanking the government of Tanzania for the ongoing reforms which will contribute to the advancement of human rights protection and promotion. This also resonates with the spirit behind the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is a common standard of achievement for the promotion and protection of human rights by all member states and actors. We remain committed to supporting the government so that every man, woman, girl, and boy enjoy their rights on an equal basis without discrimination, and live a dignified life. Finally, let me just mention that, unfortunately, I will have to leave, and I sincerely apologize for that. I have another event at 11, therefore I will be leaving after my remarks. And thank you very much. Asante Sarh.